Hey guys, my name's Trevor. I'm here with Eric and Rebecca, and this is the first episode of your favorite anime is shit podcast. Guys, introduce yourselves, or I just introduce you, so say hello or whatever you want to do.
Hey, I'm Eric.
Hello everyone, Rebecca here.
Alright, and the anime we watched this week was Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt. And real quick, we're about to give just a small off the cuff synopsis of the anime. Spoiler free, so if you haven't watched it, you can at least stay for this part. Rebecca, would you care to explain what it's about?
Panty and Stocking is basically about two angels who got kicked out of heaven and have to fight monsters to earn their way back.
And that's pretty much it. It's a very, very simple anime. There's nothing complicated about it at all.
Yeah, that's
All
true.
right, so real quick, would you recommend people watch it? Rebecca, you first.
I think you have to really not take the anime seriously to enjoy it. I kind of liked it because it brought back a nostalgic feel, and quite frankly, I'm tired of seeing the big, sparkly anime eyes and the cutesy girls, so it's kind of refreshing to see the animation style. Some of the
And
jokes I could do without,
well,
though.
okay, and Eric, you go.
Yeah, the animation aspect was very refreshing, but really all matters like your taste and like what you're in the mood for. So if you're in the mood for just a ridiculous, chaotic randomness comedy, go for it.
And I'm kind of with Eric on this one, but a bit more extreme in that opinion of I say don't watch it unless you know exactly what you're getting into. I was expecting just a comedy anime that was full of jokes, and that's not what I got, so I really did not enjoy myself. So personally, I would say as long as you know what you're getting into, watch it. And after this, we're getting into spoiler territory. So, what were your guys' favorite parts of the anime? Either one of you can go first.
My favorite parts, I like the ending. That was pretty good. With I like how Garterbelt just went full on crazy.
Oh
Like man,
yeah,
and then you know how Gainax was the producer for it. They're always just crazy with their endings, like Neon Genesis Evangelion and stuff like that.
Oh,
But this was like out there ending, but at least it felt more finished. It gave like an ending result. And I also like that one part. I think it was episode 3, part 2, when it was all about like sperm, and
oh
it was
yeah, that was easily the only episode that even got a chuckle out of me. The episode about sperm,
yeah, they were
specifically
witty.
the ending of that episode where
mm-hmm.
they ran into the condom. I just lost it.
Yeah, the references were like impressed. They had an impressive number of references and just like clever ways to like say jacking off or masturbating or ejaculating.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I thought that was like their best way of comedy.
Yeah. Um, okay, so can I just say that ending is probably the most literal use of Deus Ex Machina that I have ever seen. It's not even Deus Ex Machina, it's just Deus Ex. It is God from God. That's
And God is a girl's panties.
no, God is a woman that wears stockings and a garter belt and panties, Eric. Come on, you misogynistic piece of shit. Get it
The
right. I could just
vision
I
is
could
fine.
just tell you any Muslim out there will just lose their shit if they watch it.
Yeah, it's true. I'm surprised China hasn't like had a whole campaign against it.
Oh, yeah. Um okay, the thing with this anime is the one thing that I really enjoyed about it, even though overall I wouldn't recommend watching the anime, like I actually just put it on my mall profile and I gave it a 5, which is just average.
Yeah, me too.
So, but the thing that really got me was the art style because it brought back a sense of nostalgia with the Saturday morning cartoon feel. And personally, I really enjoy that. So the art style is easily my favorite thing in the entire anime.
The person that did the key animation for this, and I think they also directed this specifically, also did the key animation for like Fooly Cooly, FLCL, and the show Deadly. Well, there was that movie Deadlies, which is like really out there, kind of trippy, and And it has that television. You ever heard of that or no?
Mm-mm. Can't say I have.
No, I
It's the
haven't.
it's the same kind of animation art style though. I guess it's like his trademark.
Hmm.
This has its unique qualities though for this one.
Yeah. So, who were your favorite characters?
I think I would
Me,
have to say Stalking with Gurr. I think it was Gurr. Yep,
Oh,
that little dog.
Chuck. You're talking about
Chuck.
Chuck.
Oh
Yeah.
Chuck.
goodness, I'm getting it mixed up now. Because I used to like watch Invader Zim, and
Oh,
I
Yeah.
yeah.
loved
That's ex-
Zur.
that was paying homage.
Chuck
Those
is
are paying
basically
homage.
just Gurr from Invader Zim.
On steroids. Don't forget those that last episode.
Oh
Whew.
yeah.
And they tortured it a lot more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
The
did
Chuck.
lie. I said the only part of the anime that actually like really made me laugh and I really enjoyed was the sperm episode. That's a lie. The whole little mini story arc within the last two episodes about uh Panty regrowing her angel hymen.
I like the ending too.
That yeah, I personally really enjoyed that, along with the whole little backwoods farm story arc that they had going at the very beginning of the last episode. I thought those were
There's-
pretty cool, personally.
Like
yeah,
I
I was
just
kind of
saw those. Oh, sorry, you first.
oh, yeah, okay. I was kind of bored with like the comedy because, like I said, I don't think it was that witty. But I do, you know how you said the animation's good. I also say I really like the references in it because they made so much like Western media references. I made like a list. It's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, and that's what I
The
really think.
titles.
That's what I really think that whole anime was about. It seemed like sort of an homage to Western animation.
Just like
That
crazy
that's
Japanese style.
that's the vibe that I got from it. Whether that's actually true or not is kind of irrelevant because that is the vibe I got from it. I don't know if that is how it worked for you guys, but
Yeah,
That's
I feel like
part.
parts of it was its own thing, but yeah, definitely that too.
That was part of it, and I'd also done some reading up on the anime when it first came out. Apparently, it was literally conceived when the producers were at a bar just drinking, deadbeat drunk, tossing around ideas. They thought, hey, what the heck, let's make it.
you know, okay, I will say that about the anime, even though I gave it a 5 out of 10 on Mall, and I personally don't think it's worth watching. I will say it would be a good time if I were drunk off my ass or high.
Well,
One of
yeah,
those two things, it would just be a riot.
that's a given.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know about you, but whenever I'm high, I tend to make a lot of dick jokes, so this would have been right up my alley. Not that we condone usage of illegal substances on this
Yeah, not
show. God
yeah, not at all.
forbid.
Really, I should be the one making that statement.
Probably.
Do you want to list how many references I picked up on though? This is actually crazy. You know the Death Race? That's like a movie,
Oh yeah, I've noticed that.
and
Um, just
Sex in
the
the City.
oh, the Saving Private Ryan with the sperm episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Just
that title for that part was called Pulp Addiction, which is like Pulp Fiction.
oh my god,
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
and then there's a High School Musical, which is like High School Musical. Raiders of the Nasal Dark, which is like Raiders of the Lost Ark. There's Les Diaboliques, which is like Les Miserables. Like you know that.
Yeah. It's
There's
pronounced Les
so much.
Miserables, you uncultured piece of shit. So just throwing that out there.
That's pathetic. I've like watched that movie. I don't know,
God,
whatever.
get good at
Talk
French,
French.
you scrub.
I will never. God, that's disgusting.
Uh,
There's even more. It's crazy.
yeah, there were
It's like
shit. I
they
mean,
put
I
a
can pull
lot of.
up the episode titles right here, and it's just insane. For the record, during this podcast, feel free to, pull up your internet browser if you want to look at something real quick, because that's what I'm doing.
In that one episode when was it Stocking was getting fat and she went on a diet.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You know when she was like literally starving herself and they came in with food and then she like denied it.
Yeah.
That was a direct reference to Ashita no Joe, which is like an old '70s boxing anime.
Ashita no Joe. Yeah. I've been meaning
Yes.
to watch that actually, but I tried watching it and I just couldn't get past the animation style, which might take away my anime
Yeah.
trash cred, but
That's fine. And get some. A lot of people can't even deal with it. Plus, the voice acting is pretty crude in the beginning. It gets a lot better in the second season, but I
yeah.
would recommend the manga if you couldn't deal with it.
I might look into the manga eventually, and I have heard multiple times that Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt has a dub that is way better than the sub. So I might look into watching that eventually. Obviously not now because I'm just so tired of this.
Mhm.
When we were supposed to originally do the recording, Eric, I'm sorry, but when you got put into the hospital, I was kind of thankful because I didn't have to watch this shit for a while. As cruel as that
I
might
understand
sound.
that. I don't know if that against you at all. I watched it. I gave it a 5, just like you.
Yeah, it
I was really
just
I thought it was gonna be a lot more funny, and there was only some jokes that were just like, "Oh, that's clever," but a lot of it was just like it was all about crudeness and vulgarity. And
okay, real
I,
quick.
I'm not like
The names of the
just like
episodes, the ones that have references that I personally get: Death Race 2010,
yeah,
Sex in Dotton City,
Mhm.
Catfight Club, Pulp Addiction, High School Nudicle, Raiders of the Nasal Ark.
dark.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah. Les
Like
Diablicus.
Transformers, which is Transformers.
Yeah.
That was so obvious with that one. That whole episode, that whole part.
I'm going through the rest of the episodes right now. Oh, Ghost, the Phantom of Downton City, which may or may not be a play on the Phantom of the Opera. Maybe, I don't know. Chuck to the Future.
Mhm.
I actually skipped that episode.
Really?
Yeah, there were. Yeah, it got so boring
Yeah.
that I just skipped it.
It was. I know, it was just the same shit. They're just destroying this poor dog.
Oh, also the Help We Are Angels, which was essentially nothing but a music video. Not sure if you guys remember that. I didn't
Mhm.
watch that either.
That's what reminded me of, how I was talking about earlier? There was this Cartoon Network show called Hi Hi Puffy Amy Yumi.
Oh, I remember that. I used to love that so dearly.
Yeah, I felt like this was like a more crude version of that. And that it was just because of that part, because it was Japanese rock singers is in that cartoon.
Mhm.
They were like Japanese rock stars for that part of the episode.
Hmm.
Gave me some like nostalgia.
Oh,
Mm.
real quick. Also enjoyed the episode where they went around destroying all the copies of Panty's porn.
Oh, and at the very end, when Stalking got fed up and
Oh yeah.
decided, "You're done,"
Ah, Jesus.
that touches me
Oh,
deeply.
guys, we have officially just lost our anime trash cred because apparently we didn't watch the entire anime. There
What do you
was
mean?
a special by the name of Panty and Stocking in Sanitary Box,
Oh yeah, it
so
was only
which
like
was
3 minutes,
a special.
whatever.
Yeah, but still,
It was even worse. I gave that a 4.
yeah. Just seriously though, I can't stress enough. If you're going to watch this anime, know what you're going into. Don't expect witty humor like I did, because you're gonna have a bad time.
Actually,
Yes.
have no expectations. That's the best thing to say.
Yeah, just don't have any expectations at all. Well, expect good art because the I did really enjoy the art.
Yeah, and be in the mood for it. Like if you're not in the mood for it, you're not gonna like it.
That's the
Like I
thing.
wasn't
That's the
completely in the
thing.
mood.
Just like drink, and you'll be in the mood for it.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, the short's no big deal. It was only 8 minutes. It wasn't like a full episode.
Oh
Usually
well, never mind then. I'm not wasting another 8 minutes of my life on this anime. Uh,
Oh yeah, there was one more reference for one of the titles I figured out. The DC Confidential. There was one called that, and there's a movie called L.A. Confidential, and then Panty and Brief. How they wrote that. There was this episode and that was about that was the part where Panty and Brief like finally got together or whatever, and she like
yeah,
noticed him. That was like Romeo and Juliet. How they styled the title.
yeah.
It was let's see, it was Leonardo DiCaprio version of Romeo and Juliet.
Exactly, it was the plus thing. Yeah.
Shivers.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Where Panny sees Brief all cleaned up through like the fish tank.
Do you
Yeah, and
remember
that's
suffering through that movie, Trevor?
I do, I do. I remember being forced to watch that movie back in my freshman English class.
I've only seen parts of it. I've seen the really old one from the '60s, and that was crap in my English class.
For the record, we're going off on a tangent on Romeo and Juliet now because Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt was so uninteresting to all of us that we don't want to talk about it. Uh,
So much
that
for the anime
Well, all you can talk
podcast.
about is the references,
yeah,
because
that's
that's
the
the
thing.
decent
All
part,
this
in my
was
opinion.
referential humor. Now,
Well, is
okay,
that and fart jokes and
yeah,
shit jokes
And
and
sex.
okay, while
booger jokes? Remember the booger one? It was all about boogers.
yeah,
That wasn't funny at all to me.
that and nasal
This is
cavity
retarded.
sex, man. Just
Ugh.
oh, I know what gets me going.
That was. It got old though, because they just kept doing like the whole episode. It was just them
Yeah,
each other's
that's the thing.
nasal.
And I think that's really the main problem with this anime is it took every joke it had given to it and ran it into the ground.
Yeah, it just started having seizures with it, and then you just like calm the fuck down.
Pretty much.
And it
Oh
would.
God. The
I
thing
think the
is,
music wasn't so bad. I kind of
But
like
the
the
music
music.
was good.
I did enjoy the closing, the
The
ending.
transformations were nice too.
Oh,
When they showed like a
well.
better quality.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
You know, it was actually I thought art wise, from like an artistic view, was the best part. The the vomiting point when it had like the different animation style and it showed that one guy who was working a job and he was like hated by all like his workers and it was like his daughter's birthday and a completely different style and it just showed how like a
Yeah,
ghost came to be
yeah.
because it showed more about like how ghosts actually became ghosts and then
Yeah,
how
I
they
do
just show up on the
agree.
scene and like
And
defeat the ghost.
that's something that the anime tried to explain through exposition, but it was nice to actually see how ghosts are formed from the regrets of people.
Yeah,
That
Mm.
exactly.
that was a nice thing to see, in my opinion.
I wish they had more parts like that because it would have kept me more like intellectually interested.
So, is there a manga of Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt? I don't think there is.
Not that I'm aware of.
So, this wasn't adapted from a manga.
Oh, heck no. This was straight out of the minds of Studio Gainax.
Okay. Because I
Yeah,
was thinking if there's a manga, I
Annex.
might give it a read because maybe it's more witty. Probably not, but it might be.
Nah. It's
Uh,
what you got. It's
yeah,
what you.
I also did slightly enjoy the ongoing feud between Panty and Stocking and Scanty and Miss Knee Socks.
Oh yeah, that got the second half got way more interesting for me because
It
they brought in
did.
rivalry. Because
And
it seemed like it was all cliches in the beginning. It's like, oh, they
okay,
go to school and
yeah.
they defeat this ghost, and then another ghost appears and they defeat another ghost. It's like Scooby Doo, pretty much, but not as good actually.
Yeah, it's like Scooby Doo, but not as good. Better animated, but not as good.
The ending made me a little bit better with it, just because they actually try to bring in like a story that carried over more than a half an episode.
Yeah.
It was 1.5 episodes,
And I
so
know I
that
keep
shows that.
contradicting myself by pointing out things that I like, even though I keep this overall vibe of I did not enjoy this. But another thing that I really enjoyed was the ending. Like, I really enjoyed those ending episodes because it just gave a vibe of seriousness that I think the show needed. And while I know that the show was meant to be a full-on comedy, I think it could have done better as a sort of serious anime with comedy intermingled.
Hmm.
But I
Kind
think that kind of would have defeated the purpose of the anime as well.
Yeah,
So,
of.
yeah, exactly.
and I guess when I say that, it just kind of comes down to personal preference. If you enjoy this style, you'll really enjoy Panty and Stocking. If you don't, and you expect something more meaty out of your anime consumption, then you're really not going to enjoy this. It's really not going to just scratch that itch that you have.
Yeah, because I feel like where it failed with me was it's fine if it's a kind of form you like, but it changes things enough that it brings something new, like a different moral to the story every single time, something else to say. but it was like it was just crazy, crazy, crazy jokes, like vulgar jokes. Usually Panty being like a slut,
Yeah.
a different kind of ghost, and they defeat it. And that was pretty much it for like whole first of the half of the show. So I was disappointed with just because
Yeah.
the majority of it was just kind of boring.
And like I said earlier, it just took jokes that it had and ran it into the ground.
Yeah,
Like it just kept doing that over and over, and eventually I just got tired of it. I just wanted to stop watching it so badly. I finished this
it wasn't
last
that long.
night.
I dealt with it.
Like I finished this last night because I was
That's
putting
so
it off so much. So I just decided, okay, I got to watch 3 episodes of this. And in an anime or a movie or a television show or whatever, if I keep constantly moving my mouse so VLC will pop up the little timer to see how long's left, you have lost my interest.
exactly. That is a great way to put it. Because everyone does that if they
Yeah, if they're
download
bored with
or
watching
watch on a
something,
media player.
they're going to just check to see how long is left. And I eventually had to do that because I just got so bored watching it.
And it says it even more if each episode is like half an episode. It's like Rugrats. When you have like half an episode,
And
like
that's the thing,
10-minute parts.
these little 15-minute parts for the episode or 10-minute parts or whatever, they got old real quick because it seemed to drag on. That's
Yeah,
the
they
thing.
switched it up too. If they were going to make it that way, they should have been consistent until the end. When like usually there's like a finale that's like a 2-part one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There was this one that I think it was episode 6 when they finally introduced the rival demon sister twins.
Yeah.
That was a full-on episode that wasn't 2 parts. And that was good. And that I feel like I said, the second part was better. But then they went back to the 2-episode formula, the
Yeah,
2-part episode formula, and it wasn't that good.
what this really seemed like up to that point was a kind of Monster of the Week style show.
Hmm.
I mean, am I off base by saying that?
It was that
Mm-mm.
the Japanese style, a lot more sex jokes,
Yeah.
a
Monster of the Week
lot
with
more
dick
crazy
jokes.
violence, which is I feel like it was all flair, but not actually like entertaining.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, all these flashy shit, and I guess if you were like maybe 13 or 12 and you were interested in this, you would think it was great.
Oh
But
yeah,
I don't know. I was bored with it.
If I was like 12 years old watching Family Guy and then this came on, yeah, I'd be all about it. But as it
Especially the
happens,
transformations when
oh
they
yeah,
show in
oh
like that.
yeah.
They show in a better drawn and
I
they're like
mean,
full bodied.
Eric, let's be fair, those are still in the Wank Bank. Oh
Fun
God,
fact: did you know "flyaway" is actually a Japanese euphemism or euphemism?
I did not.
Guess for what? Well, you can probably get an idea.
Rebecca, I think
Because
your
what you
weeb is coming out. Just
My what?
your internal weeb. Just you are borderline obsessed with Japanese culture, but let's not get into that on this podcast.
That has remained hidden since, well, I don't know,
just
middle
outed her.
school at
How
least.
dare you?
How dare you, indeed. But actually, they did an article in Panty and Stocking. One of the anime magazines have got stored up. So I kind of just looked over that.
We all have above average interest in Japanese media and their culture, probably.
Yeah. Ugh.
Hmm.
It's a great culture to get interested in. They're definitely unique as hell in many
Oh,
ways.
I know what this reminds me of. I know what this anime reminds me of.
Do
And
tell.
it's been on the tip of my tongue what it's like in my opinion. It seems a lot like Kill la Kill in my opinion.
Kill la Kill?
Yeah.
That's funny that you say that. One second. I was looking at this earlier. Some of the people that worked in the staff, the director, I don't think he directed it, but he worked on like the key animation for Kill la Kill.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, the reason I say that is because it dealt with this whole over the top fight
same director actually.
yeah, slash referential humor. But I think Kill la Kill did it better.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. I still didn't all enjoy Kill la Kill all that much personally, but I think Kill la Kill did it better. If I had to sit down and watch either Panty and Stocking or Kill la Kill, I'm going to sit down and watch Kill la Kill.
Yeah, because I feel like this was a lot less thought out and probably a lot more half cooked.
Yeah.
Because it got too formulaic and it wasn't bringing enough new stuff to the table to keep me interested.
How many episodes is Kill la Kill?
I think it's 20. It's a two course, so I think it's like 24. Yeah, it is 24
Okay.
episodes.
Okay. I might have to go back and actually finish that at some point. Preferably not for this podcast, though. Oh god, you know what we didn't do that we probably should have?
What?
We didn't go through and figure out what anime we're gonna watch next.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
We probably should have done that.
Hmm. We could talk about it now, or we could talk about it like
Yeah,
the
we
later
should
half.
we should probably wait until towards the end at about 10:30ish to start talking about that. Agreed?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that okay
Sure.
with you, Rebecca?
Totally fine. You're running the show.
Well,
Yeah, we're just feeling ourselves out this
well,
first episode.
this is a dictatorship guising as a democracy, okay?
So you'll hear our input, but if you don't like it, shut the fuck up.
Pretty much, pretty much.
I get it.
You get a vote, but you only get one option.
Okay. Well, you know what I put in for my
Oh
nomination.
yeah, yeah,
You guys can put in your two, and we'll talk it out.
yeah.
But do we have anything more to say about this show? It's pretty simple.
That's the thing.
I
That's
can't
the
really
thing.
draw on any more minutes of this. It's
I
like,
I thought, okay, we have a comedy anime here that that's supposed to have a lot of humor in it. I should be able to get a lot of content out of this. We should be running out of time while talking out of this. But no, I'm checking the clock constantly to see how much longer I have to talk about this.
Oh, goody, I'm not the only one.
yeah. The premise, because it looked unique, which is why we picked it. Because the
Yeah,
animation, obviously, which just looked like its own thing.
yeah.
And you read the synopsis, you think, oh, the premise looks unique, and it outlives its.
Yeah, real quick, let me read the synopsis that's listed on Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt. God, I have to scroll through my anime list.
Does it live it up? Does it like make it so enthusiastic and make it seem like it's gonna be awesome?
Yeah, Panty and Stocking, the Anarchy Sisters, are two nasty ass angels who got booted from the pearly gates for being foul mouthed bitches. Now they spend their nights blowing up ghosts in the seedy abyss between heaven and earth. Panty likes sex, Stocking likes sweets. Their Afro-sporting main man Garterbelt has a fetish we can't mention. Together, they're turning the mean streets of Dotton City into a buffet of bodily fluids. Ghost doesn't stand. Ghosts don't stand a chance against their lingerie of mass destruction, and if this debaucherous duo can collect enough heaven coins, they just might get their halos back. It's a slim chance in hell, but anything can happen when you're rolling commando, especially with Panty and Stocking. That is a great synopsis. I want to watch that anime, but that isn't what was given to me.
Well, it was, but it outlived itself
It
because it,
was,
it
but it
repeated
just,
itself. We kept on
yeah.
recycling the same thing.
Actually, that's the thing. That synopsis is exactly what was given to us. It was just done poorly.
Exactly, it was all about execution.
Yeah. Well, maybe not poorly, but just in such a mediocre manner. Which, honestly, when it comes to anime, there's so many good options out there that if you're mediocre, you don't stand a chance. Like, I could have spent the time that I spent watching 13 episodes and went back and watched Hajime no Ippo again. And I would have
Because
had
of
a
how much you put
great
this off.
time.
Is that what you're saying? Because of how much you put this off?
Yeah. Like, honestly, I was going, whenever I didn't want to watch Panty and Stocking, I would watch like one episode of Panty and Stocking and then like 15 episodes of One Piece. So, if
Good God.
yeah, if nothing else, this spurred my desire to watch more One Piece.
But yeah, I think the biggest fault with it was just it was too cliche. Like
Yeah,
it was predictable, and you just like look at the characters. Oh, one's the perv that's always like being bitchy. Oh, the other one's this is obsessed with sweets. Like, you know how many girl characters I've seen in anime that just like have a sweet tooth and like that's their whole thing. That's like their whole depth of this character.
Yeah.
It's, it's just being obsessed with sweets.
Yeah.
It gets kind of old.
Panty and Stocking would have better served as characters in a harem anime where there is absolutely no depth to character.
If they were side characters, yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like like I said, the last part with Garterbelt just going completely macho and destroying in that last battle of the episodes made me want to see more of him. And I know they had that one
Yeah.
episode where they showed his backstory. That was
Oh
one of my
yeah,
favorite.
the Garterbelt backstory was amazing in my opinion.
Hmm.
You just went through hell for like so long.
Yeah.
You
It's
lived the
just
Still
whole.
going
like,
through it.
hey, can you focus on this? Because that
Yeah.
would be nice. Oh, you're not going to focus on this. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like they just didn't have enough of him. They focused too much on the girls, and they were doing the same things too many times.
Yeah. God, and I don't know how many times I can repeat this, but uh, don't
Go for
watch
it
this
again.
anime unless you know what you're getting into and unless you're in the mood for it. That
You could do a lot worse, but
you could do a lot worse.
like, we might sound like we're hating on it too much, but I guess it's because Trevor and I just were actually kind of hyped for it, and it didn't live up.
Yeah, I partially blame Rebecca for my hype because she said, "Oh, it's hilarious," and I
Well, at
believed
the
her.
time it was, and that was, let's see, it'd been a year since I'd seen it.
Oh, of course.
How'd you like it on the rewatch, though? Did you think of it less? You
Not
obviously
really.
disagree with maybe some of the things we're saying because you probably like it a little bit more.
I like it a little more probably because I don't tend to think while I watch something. I think like once the episode is done, and I didn't really mind it. Some of it falls flat because it's too much sex jokes for me, but
Yeah.
it was funny kind of end of the day thing. Okay, here's something I don't have to think about after my brain's been shot by world history.
Yeah, honestly, I think I can understand that. If you're going to watch this as something to just turn your brain off, I guess this might be your thing.
You understand, Trevor.
Yeah, I do understand where you're coming from.
You know
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
fine.
going through.
Yeah. For the record, me and Rebecca do go to school together, so this is kind of our inside joke of school is literally just killing us, so
Well,
sometimes we want to
that's with
turn
a
our
lot of
brains off.
people.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes we want to turn our brains off.
Anime's
And
great for
if I had watched this anime with that mindset, I might have enjoyed it.
Yeah, I watched it at Critical
Might
Mindset. It's because I
might
knew I was
not
going to
have
talk about
enjoyed it. Might not have enjoyed it, but I might have. The possibilities are equal.
it.
Just you know how I rewarded myself for suffering through this anime?
K and B with
N-
Bay.
No. I rewarded myself by watching Nightcrawler. Great
Oh,
movie,
it's a
by the
good
way.
movie.
Great movie.
Jake Gyllenhaal, I love that
Oh
movie.
my god, that wasn't even Jake Gyllenhaal. That was just some creep on the screen. Completely transformed. We're not here to talk about Nightcrawler, though. Although I could. I could sit here and talk about Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I would love to do that sometime.
We'll just start a
Not right
separate
now, though.
podcast. Your favorite movie is shit. And that's a shout out to all the people that are fans of Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor.
I
uh,
watched all that.
I wouldn't recommend it. Not that great.
It's Michael Bay. It's not
It
worth
has
it.
it has all of the
Let's
little
get
Michael
another chance.
Bayisms. I was about to say I'd rather watch Transformers 2 than watch Pearl Harbor, but that would be a lie.
Yeah,
Because I'd rather scrape dog shit into my mouth than watch Transformers 2.
I know. Maybe just the stills of Megan Fox
Eh,
or some good gifs.
why not? I could
That's the
probably
chance.
I could probably find a GIF online of Megan Fox pouring water on herself. I mean, no big deal.
Yeah, you don't have to sit through hours of Transformers. People actually paid for it. That was
Oh yeah, that's the real
most of the box
tragedy.
office. Most of the grossing was just from Megan Fox. Let's see her on the big screen. See how
Oh my
big she is.
god. So I was looking online and I checked to see how much the Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt Blu-ray costed, and
That was your first mistake.
it costed $20. Okay,
What?
it's not that much, but I would be pissed if I paid $20 to watch this.
I guess prices would have dropped. I'm just surprised it's that cheap.
Yeah,
Blu-ray shows $30 for I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
Oh, there's an eBay one that's like 15. Oh, it's just different prices, whatever. We get the range.
yeah. I would have been pissed if I paid to watch
It's about
this.
the same price as like a movie though, like an anime film usually. But I definitely wouldn't pay money for this at all.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now, and the 4-disc version of the Blu-ray is 21.57. Yeah, I would have been pissed if I bought this. I would have demanded my money back. Just oh,
We're tearing this anime apart. Like some
oh
people like other like
Jesus.
it for how it is.
Jesus, I'm going through the reviews on Amazon for this, and people are saying, "Oh, what a quality anime. It's
Quality.
fantastic. Fantastic voice acting." And I'm just like, you guys are dumb."
I
I'm not
wonder if
gonna
the
call it
dub really makes a
quality.
difference.
I would call Panty and Stocking a lot of things, but quality isn't one of them. Like,
Entertaining for some parts. Like it's
real
not even
quick,
full.
I am
Hmm.
looking at pictures of the Blu-ray though, and I will say I could see myself buying the Blu-ray just for some of the art on the case.
It's where they get you with all the anime Blu-rays. You the extra pamphlets.
Yeah,
Amen.
It's like, oh, I want this collectible.
pretty much.
Japanese know their marketing.
Yeah,
They do.
just like,
Because they
hey, show tits, I'll buy it. I have no standards for
Okay, it's
myself.
not that simple, but yeah,
Uh,
that's a
it's
pretty
that
useful
simple.
method. Yeah.
It's that simple. uh,
There's other ways, but yeah, that's always the
eh,
easy winner.
Other ways are overrated.
I like
Oh,
Oh.
how they're going to the market with all the nice sports anime. It's like, oh, look at those deltoids and those trapeziums.
Trapeze. I don't even know what that is.
Like, let me transform into Go Matsuoka as
can
I
I
look through the new
buy
anime.
can I buy a Kuroko no Basket Blu-ray? I can.
No
Oh,
one's licensed it yet, though.
I might buy that.
Actually, no. It's being licensed in Australia. I wasn't aware that someone was licensing it
Yeah,
here.
it's an
Watch the
import.
Australian dub. If there's an Australian English, still watch that.
Yeah.
Don't rag on the overseas dub. I loved Digimon until I got to the States.
God, who the fuck watched Digimon? I was a Pokemon kid.
Pokemon and Digimon Kid.
Nah.
Pokemon was
But
good. I feel like Pokemon's TV show actually wasn't as good as Digimon's TV show was. I've rewatched both of them. So I haven't rewatched all of Pokemon's. That's a shitload. I'm just saying. I watched them after I was a kid, when I was around like 13, 14, 15. So it's been like already over 5 years. But I would definitely say the Digimon, the third season, Tamers, is one of the best seasons.
And once again, sorry for the tangent, but Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt is just such a mediocre anime that we're just trying to find any way possible not to talk about it.
We could talk more about the references though, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, you're forcing me to talk more about penny stocking going,
Yeah,
but
you're forcing me to do this. I really don't want to. I'm checking my email right now. That's how bored I am. Oh, Jesus Christ. Or
yeah, if we were to
lingerie
talk more
clad
about it, we'd
god. One of the
spoil
two.
all the details. Is what I feel like. If we brought up more stuff that was good about it, we would spoil the good moments for people. We've already like talked vaguely about like our favorite moments, but if we went to detail about it, we might just ruin it.
And while while on this podcast, yes, we are going to spoil things a lot. um, where for this anime specifically, I'm trying to kind of stay vague because if we go into the details of it, all of the jokes are kind of fall flat. So if you
Is that
haven't watched it before and for some reason you're still listening to this, I'm trying to keep from spoiling all the jokes for you so it doesn't suck for you as much as it sucked for me.
well, the jokes will be the disappointing factor for many.
Yeah. Uh,
I'll tell you what
Which
killed me. It's the end of the monster sequence where they just blow up those little things. That just irritated
It's
the
the same-
daylights out
I
of me.
also enjoyed
same
that.
3D model of each. It didn't really bother me that much. I was like, whatever. It's its own thing.
God.
Yeah.
Fuck this anime, man. I never want to watch it again.
I'll watch the dub probably in a couple years.
Yeah, I'll watch the dub eventually, but not right now because I'm
That
tired of
actually,
it.
there is a part of it that's just because I don't know. Some people don't mind it. Some people do. The English, when they just Japanese fuck up English,
Yeah.
and
That
they
episode
just
with the zombies.
that was one of my least favorite parts. I think.
It's like that was just memorable for me. Not so much funny, it's just memorable.
Yeah.
God. Point is, I don't want to watch this again for at least a few years.
Oh, too bad for your refined palate, Trevor. Too simplistic.
Yes. Yes, I will trump my artistic bullshit card right now. This just fell flat. I hated it. I should just turn around and
I'm
give it
pretty
a
good with
1.
separating entertainment from like critical analysis because they're completely different categories. You can find something entertaining and not appreciate it for like what it is. You cannot
I agree, but I also find
respect it.
some entertainment in critical analysis, but that's just like personal preference, I guess.
No, there's ones that can be both.
Yeah.
Mostly entertaining and also critically impressive.
Just one more time to stress how unfunny this anime was for me. I laughed more in Schindler's List than I did in this anime.
Oh my god!
Just throwing that out there.
If I could reach through and
What?
just
You
slap
laugh
you
at
through the
Schindler's
Skype
List?
call, I would.
That's kind of fucked up, dude. You took it to like another level.
Too
Oh
far?
no, wait.
Too far?
That crossed the line twice.
Who cares? Point is,
No
don't
regrets.
watch this. Just, I know earlier I said watch it if you know what you're getting into. I'm gonna revise that. Just don't watch this. Watch Schindler's List instead. That's a great movie.
Well, yeah, definitely watch Schindler's List. No comparison, like.
But I do think that kind of stresses how unfunny this was.
I can see like for some though, it's funny.
I mean, I know I'm being super hard on this anime, but really I just gotta say it's not my thing.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be. It's just like simple fun, and it wasn't that fun for us. Well, me
Yeah,
and you,
pretty much. It's supposed to be fun, but it wasn't fun, so what's the point?
because it started off like, oh, really energetic. Maybe it's got to be fun, but then it
Yeah,
just got old. And I know they said the ending was probably one of the best parts, but that's just because it stopped the formula. It
yeah.
actually like gave a conclusion, and I was like, okay.
Oh, also did kind of chuckle when Brief's dick turned into a key. Yeah, gotta laugh out
To
of me.
unlock, yeah,
Yeah,
good,
just.
good Blaine symbolism.
Like, how would you like to have the key to hell, Trevor, in your pants?
Oh my god. Just. Rebecca,
Pandora's
no.
box
Oh my
opening.
god. Well, I mean, if you can call a dick a key and you can call a vagina Pandora's box, I suppose you could call a baby Hellraiser. I mean,
Wow, makes sense.
yeah. Clearly, that movie Hellraiser was just a euphemism for having a baby.
That's exactly it.
Clearly.
Maybe more the Pet Cemetery style of baby, but a baby nonetheless.
Oh my god. I've only seen scenes of that movie. That movie's messed up.
Yeah, I'd rather watch it than Panty and Stocking though.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there
Only
anything
one of my
you
least
wouldn't
favorites.
rather see?
What?
Is there anything you wouldn't rather see?
A Serbian film a second time.
Oh my god, you watched the Serbian film? I wouldn't.
I
Ah,
did. Sat and watched it all the way through.
Why would you do that? I was fine with the synopsis in the article I read.
I was curious.
like I can't eat
God, I wouldn't do that to myself.
the revulsion factor
Oh,
just from
oh, oh.
reading
I
As
would
soon as I
summary.
found out about
rather.
the film, I got out of that phase like years before I found out about the film. Because I used to watch like shit like that.
Oh my god. Oh, another thing. I would rather watch Panty and Stocking than Boku no Pico.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the only one.
Take it from someone that has watched the first OVA in Boku no Pico. Rather watch Panty and Stocking.
There's definitely other stuff I went through. If I went through my list, I could find like worse shit.
Oh yeah, if I went through my list, I could probably find some stuff that I'd rather watch Panty and Stocking than.
And then there's always
Um,
those titles out there that like no one watches from like the
yeah.
80s or some shit. It's just complete shit from Japan that'll always be forgotten. No
Anime
one
was a
takes notice of
mistake.
that.
Oh, so there is an anime that I've been meaning to watch, and if we do decide to watch it, we're going to have to definitely watch the dub.
Which one?
I'm trying to find it right now.
Come on, Trevor.
Oh,
Level up.
didn't one of you guys mention Space Dandy? I heard the dub for that's good.
Um, I kind of want to watch a more serious anime now.
I get that.
Oh
So
wait,
my nomination's not enough.
if I have to watch another comedy anime, we're going to have to watch this, and we're going to have to watch the dub. After I send you guys the link to what anime it is, you'll realize why.
Once upon a time, we should start talking about your guys' nominations.
Yeah. For the
Well,
record,
let me.
the anime that I just linked Rebecca and Eric to is something called Gaku no Kaiden, which
Oh,
is an anime that
I've
is
heard about
so
this. Yeah.
infamously bad that the dub team were just told do whatever.
Oh my god, it was
And the
that
dub
bad.
team actually pulled it off. It actually made it funny because they like were they making a parody of itself?
Yeah, essentially what they did is they made an abridged anime series into a full series.
And it was actually produced by a company.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
legit. They
gosh.
got paid.
No,
That's-
Rebecca, we are not watching this.
No, I feel so bad because I thought it was good because I remember having. You remember New Type USA magazine?
No.
Of course, neither.
This has
Of
a good
course you don't.
ranking though.
But New Type,
I have this on my plan to watch this already.
Same.
New Type used to give out CDs with anime previews with their magazines.
Yeah.
I can remember that trailer on there, and I thought that looked so good, but I just never got around to watching it. Oh my gosh.
I mean, we could just say, like say fuck it and watch Legends of the Galactic Heroes.
I've already seen it.
We could talk about that.
Oh my god, that would
110,
take.
110 episodes. That would
We'd
give
have to
us
do like a
something to talk about.
3 hour at least podcast.
Yeah.
We're
Might
gonna
have
do.
to split that into two different podcasts. All right,
I-
so my nomination for what to watch, not sure if this is going to be a weekly thing or a bi-weekly thing or a monthly thing. I don't know yet. We'll decide that after we finish recording. But my theme for what I think we should watch, Tokyo Ghoul. I've been meaning to watch it. I have it downloaded, and it's just been sitting on my hard drive.
Are we gonna
Okay, I'm
watch
going to
seasons
say
then? If you nominate that, if that gets picked, are we gonna watch both seasons? Because I've already seen the first season.
Oh god, there's a second season too.
Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul Re.
Yeah, they aired.
No, not Re. Sorry, that's the manga. It's Tokyo Ghoul Root of A.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How many episodes is the second season?
I think they're both like 11 or 12.
12.
They're both 12. So
Okay.
I don't know, honestly.
If we wait another month, we can definitely do like 24 episode one.
I mean, I would say even if we did this bi-weekly, if we picked a good anime, we could always just go for a 24 episode. If y'all would want to do that.
Yeah.
So, y'all want to watch Tokyo Ghoul seasons 1 and 2?
Sure.
Mm, yeah, I guess.
All right,
Do I have to
guys.
do I have to rewatch the first one though?
Yes, Rebecca had to rewatch Panty and Stocking.
Okay,
You had to rewatch Tokyo
let's
Ghoul.
know. That's fine.
Okay,
Obviously,
so
we rewatched a bunch of stuff. So.
okay,
All good.
guys. So that's that. Next
No
anime that we're going to
Mononoke.
watch.
No. I'm somewhere.
So next anime that we're going to watch is Tokyo Ghoul. We're going to watch Tokyo Ghoul season 1 and Tokyo Ghoul season 2, and we will be back on August 28th. That's the date. That's the day that we're going to record. So yeah, you guys fine with that?
Yeah, sounds like a
Oh,
plan.
I'm game.
All right. So I guess it's time for us to sign off. Once again, my name was Trevor.
Rebecca.
And Eric.
And this was the first episode of the Your Favorite Anime is Shit podcast. Thank you for listening if you somehow made it through the ending of this. um,
I'm so sorry
and,
for you.
oh yeah, I am sorry. I am just so sorry.
We
And,
completely understand you skipped through different parts.
oh yeah, if you skipped around, that's fine. And